a real one, so you can't say nothing like that though. So yeah, man. I don't think you can say that. I mean, no, you can say that, but you can't say what you said before. Okay. All right. I mean, you don't close this out to, Nah, you don't mute, because that's how I talk to you through this. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, we here. See, I wish y'all can hear some of the stuff this man be saying right before we get on this air camera. But y'all can't. And it's cool. It's cool, but y'all can't hear some of the stuff this man be saying before we get on this air camera. And he be tweaking. So that's what I was doing for my people that's live and can see me. That's what I was doing. I was listening to my brother. So that's what we doing here. Let me tweak this. No, that's my echo, ain't it? Tweak this to hear my feedback and my monitor. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. My brother.
How we doing today, man?
Yo, I am marvelous. Yeah, I couldn't even turn it so you could see it real quick. But if you look on my screen here, it's a fire picture. Let me see if I get it real quick. Can you see that?
Oh, that's the old school. Yeah, that's the
that's
one back in the day.
21st birthday right there. See, we've been rocking a long time, man.
That's the one
It
right
just
there,
happened to pop
boy.
up on my screen as I was, doing my thing.
Damn, no, that's a old school. It was dance battles that night.
Yo, it went crazy.
That was an old school time there. That was an old school time.
Crazy. Over 10 years ago, about 12 years. Like I said, it was my 21st birthday.
Yeah, that picture.
That's classic. That's classic. Classic. But yeah, let's get this started.
Yeah, man, let's talk about it.
Yo. Welcome to the All Done Podcast. I am Shakes. That is my brother Tracy. Tracy, how you doing with the racist hat?
Wow. So you gonna just put it out like that? Okay.
On me.
Right. First of all, I'm fine. So I appreciate you asking.
Okay.
As a gentleman that you are.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, I will say that I will continue to remind our audience of the relics of the past so that we don't continue to make the same mistakes. So there you go. That's the answer to your hat question. And I am happy to be here with you, reminding people that images such as this that we continue to replace in our society are well deserved to be replaced. And I support all communities that have taken a stand to have the respect that they deserve.
Okay. So you're saying that hat is pretty trash.
Sure.
Pretty trash, to say none the least.
Yeah, man, I'm just here to remind the people, where we came from and where we're trying to go. And so I respect all communities, and I will continue to do so. And
my pushback is 9 times out of 10, if they're listening to us on a regular, they know. There's no need for you to wear the hat.
Yes, it is. I don't got my hair done. It's been a long day.
What's crazy about that is you're not even a baseball fan.
You're putting all my business out there. Okay.
You can't stand baseball.
All right. Well, my son had lacrosse today, so I'm running around and I'm trying to get back to the crib for the family quickly. My hair was looking kind of crazy, so I just grabbed the first hat. Didn't even realize it was this hat. So
okay.
These things.
So I pointed that out to you. So you was ignorantly racist. You wasn't doing it on purpose.
Yeah. So I mean, this should let people know that there's got to be some sort of understanding, because some people do make mistakes. Just like the, Oakland baseball announcer, nigger museum, right? These things slip of the tongue, right?
Yeah, and the baseball, he definitely did. How did he put it? The nigger, yeah, he said it just like that. The nigger museum, not the Negro leagues, not none of that, just the nigger museum. And I'm like, okay,
yeah,
okay.
So a hat is a hat. I'm not the person that's jumping up. Sometimes I think freedoms that we enjoy in this country, freedoms that we enjoy in this country are important to keep. But I understand why certain groups of people, feel like we don't want to be represented that way, and rightfully so that league took certain logos away. And many leagues have taken that stand. Even the high school level, college level, people have taken that stand to alter these things.
That's a fact. Did you know they're changing Brentwoods?
I mean, did you know that affects you kind of more than it affects?
Oh, you took it there.
I can take this off.
You
It's fine.
slide, little man. You slide, little man. You took
I'm
it
not
there.
gonna lie to you.
The
I'm gonna
reason he's
take this
saying that
off.
because I have our hometown of Brentwood, New York. Our mascot was Brentwood Indians or whatever.
Yeah.
And on the back of my calf muscle, I have a Native American, and which is I have just the school logo.
Explain
And
it. Go ahead and explain it.
It's a B. It's a B with the native head inside the B, and a feather coming from the B or whatever. So I have that tattooed on me, and that's why he's saying it's more so an issue for me than it is anybody else. And
I wasn't gonna divulge all that, but shout out to you.
you gotta be real with the people, right? You gotta be real with the people.
Yeah,
I'm proud of my tattoo. I'm proud of my hometown. At the time, it was a great idea. It was a great idea to get that. So
I'm not gonna lie to you. This conversation could probably be the whole podcast about logos and representation of communities and people making money off these things, and that could be a podcast in and of itself. But unfortunately, that's not what we were here.
Yeah, it won't be tonight. It won't be tonight. That's not what we were talking about tonight. I think we're going to start tonight's episode off by saying, prayers and positive energy to Jamie Foxx and his family.
No doubt.
I don't think it ever was clear of what's going on with him, but he was hospitalized probably a month or two ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
At first, it was kept real quiet, but now it's getting to the point where they're notifying close family and friends, and they're saying it's not looking great for him. And I'm a huge Jamie Foxx fan.
No doubt about
I think a lot of times he don't get the credit he deserves in the R&B world, in the music world. But
as an entertainer,
either way, hell of a comedian. One of the best voices when it comes to singing, and I grew up watching the Jamie Foxx show, and him always chasing fancy and stuff like that. So one of my favorite episodes is the one with was it Mark Curry? Yeah, with Mark Curry, and they was in the driving class, driver's aid class.
The push up. Yeah, do the push up. Yeah, you gotta do the push up. My favorite had to be the pies, man. We ate all them pies when they were supposed to be cooking the pies, and I Helen told him don't touch them pies, and they killed them all.
Yep, and she came back and the pies was going. So get prayers and positive energy to that brother.
There goes.
I hope things turn around and he gets better. Yeah, but what else we came to talk about tonight? Interesting twist at CNN. Amidst their ratings dropping,
because
ratings
Don is out. It's out, right?
Don out of there. So amidst their ratings dropping, they are entertaining the idea of giving Wendy Williams her own show.
Seen a little headline, yep.
Yeah. So what do you think about that?
I would say, and I would be interested in your feedback on this. Is when I think about CNN, I don't her brand and CNN's brand. Those two brands to me it wouldn't have felt like, oh yeah, that's a logical pairing. Wendy Williams and CNN. But I think what it says to me is we're starting to get more of this, what is media in our society, right? I feel like when I was growing up, CNN was like world news, and it was politics, and it was serious topics. And for them to dismiss Don Lemon, and even on the tail end of Don Lemon's time at CNN, it was becoming sort of a circus. Mm-hmm. Like they were doing more circusy type of things. And now to see that they would entertain a Wendy Williams partnership is interesting to me on a lot of ways. But the main way being that what is our news media? Who is news media? And that is the question I can't answer.
Well, Facebook is the news media. Social media is the news media nowadays. That's where you get most of your information beforehand.
That's fair.
And that's how that goes. But I guess that brings a question for me. Do you think these shows or these networks, these major networks, would have been still good if they just flat out reported the real news? Like not picking either side, just being
real news. That's fake news. You going real Trumpy.
now
You
what
going
I mean
Trumpy
by
on us.
that is not, but not having like some people call CNN chicken noodle news because or
That's true. I've heard it.
or Fox News. Fox News, I think they're extremely right or something like that.
They
And
have been known to be very, very right
and
leaning
I
network
want to
television.
say, was CNN left or were they right as well?
It would no CNN is supposed to be a liberal
Yeah,
newscast. Yeah,
so more left. Yeah, they more
yeah. So
so and
I think
yeah. So do you think?
real and fake news though depends
Not,
on
and I
it's
don't want to see.
subjective.
I
Yeah,
don't want to use the real
yeah,
news. I just mean
yeah.
like if they were just in the middle, like this is what's going on, this
There's no
way,
such
that
thing.
way.
We
You
don't
don't think
have it.
someone? You don't think
We've
you can
never
report
had it.
something that being impartial?
I could.
I'm talking about like society.
Want real impartial news, please come to the ADP podcast. We're giving it to
Are
you
we
all the way
impartial
impartial.
though?
Of course we are.
Eh,
Of course we are.
you have the way you feel about things.
That's fine, but I think when you get into podcasting or the journalism or opinion space, you
Uh-huh.
owe it to the audience to give a real opinion about
I
whatever it
keep
is you're
saying
talking about.
weird. I feel
You
you. I
can't
feel you.
I can't tell you, and this might piss people off, right? I can't tell you that crime in Chicago, which is a talking point that we hear a lot, right? Crime in
Mm-hmm.
Chicago is a good thing. I can talk about why it's reported the way it's reported, but I'm not going to endorse killings or like that part is bad. And if I was on CNN or Fox, I would say no one in our community should be murdering anyone in our community. That is something we need to continue to work on, and we will.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but
Subjective. See that? See how I did that there?
yeah, I like it. I like what you did there. So yeah, I just feel these news channels will be these networks will be just fine if they just stay straight down the middle, and
No, nah, not at all.
and that
No.
because that's not what sells. If
Yeah,
everybody
there's
does
no
it,
money.
everybody got
Nah,
to do it.
there's no money down the middle because the country's not down the middle. You have people who are far right. You have people who are right leaning. You have people who are far left. You have people that are
Yeah, but
left leaning.
I feel like
You
if we
have
stay neutral, we let people make the best decision based on
the facts.
facts rather
You
than
are. That's a brilliant philosophy, but for as long as we've had a political system, it's been
four
a
scores
two-party
and seven
system.
years ago.
It's been a two-party system. Now, do I love that? No. And do I agree with what you're talking about? That maybe we should just, hey, let's just cut the agendas
I
out and
don't.
let's cut our opinions out and just deliver the facts. But I think in politics and in news, the facts are up for debate.
Facts are on the spectrum.
In mainstream media, absolutely.
Okay. All right, that was just my question and my thought toward that. I'm about to get a little off topic.
So
It's not even about. It's not going to be on anything we talked about.
it's the ADP, baby.
But I
Make your son.
went to the chiropractor today,
Okay, how'd that go?
and Dr. Jeremy Coleman
Okay,
in Jackson, Mississippi.
that's a brother.
Yes, it's a brother, and he
He
does.
touches you good. He touches you the right way.
Does he?
Oh, okay. I
I mean,
like
it's a
that.
little weird when he pops my neck, but
I like that for you.
I'm
I
okay
like
with
that for you.
that. I'm
I like
okay
that
with
for
that.
you.
Apparently, my left leg was a little shorter than my right. He straightened that out for me. My spine had a little curve. He's working on that.
You
So
working on
yeah,
that?
yeah. So you in Jackson, you need a good chiropractor. Go to Adjusted Life Chiropractic, and yeah, do your thing, man. But
Yo,
yeah, that was
adjusted life what is it? Say it one more time.
Adjusted Life,
Chiropractor.
Adjusted Life Chiropractor. Yeah,
Okay, adjusted life chiropractor. Hey, we can make up a little jingle. Why don't you go ahead and cut
I'm
that
not
for
gonna.
the
I'm not gonna do a jingle.
sponsor?
I'm not gonna
Sponsor
do a
the
jingle.
AD,
Somebody else can
sponsor
do
the
the jingle.
ADP.
We got music instruments.
I'll do the jingle if they sponsor the ADP the right way.
That's
Like,
a
what
fact.
we talking about?
I mean, but you can't sing.
That's okay. You don't gotta be able to sing to do a jingle. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I
That
love
was Tyrese.
the,
He could
the
sing.
chiropractor. Like you can do whatever you want to do. Like it don't gotta be like
General's fried chicken.
yeah.
It's butt kicking.
It don't gotta be something elaborate. You don't gotta be Tyrese to get that done.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm
Tyrese
saying?
did the Coca-Cola, didn't he?
I mean, you don't remember that though.
I found out though.
But you don't remember.
I remember the
No,
commercial.
I
No, I
know.
remember the commercial.
But you don't remember what he's saying. No, you don't. I'm gonna tell you what you do remember. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, and that didn't take no vocals. It didn't
I'm
take no
trying to
vocals.
think.
You
I
was
remember the
okay.
bus. I remember the bus. I don't remember the word.
Oh,
I
that's
don't think
cool.
he was. I
Yeah,
don't think he was actually singing words. Though. I think he was like just,
one that mattered.
hitting
That's
notes
my
like
point.
Tyrese
That's
do.
it.
Shout out to
That's it.
Tyrese, bro. Shout
Yeah,
out to you.
absolutely. Yeah, he's a
If you
little
want to come
erratic,
and
but yeah, shout out to him.
drop us an intro or something for the
No doubt.
podcast, we'll take
That
it.
would be fire.
Oh yeah, I should go through the roof.
Yeah, no doubt. Tyrese, hit us up, man. Let's do this.
What else?
Yeah,
Moving right along, man. What else are we talking about?
I wasn't
Toxic.
done.
Oh wait. Go ahead.
I wasn't done with Wendy because I don't want to make it seem like I don't want to see Wendy win, and I
That's what it
think it's
sounds
an
like.
important. I can't even critique these people without. I would say for all my content creators, as these people start to notice your value and want to bring you into the mainstream, while you're extremely talented and so special, their agenda may not be just because you're so talented. So for all my people, content creators, keep your eye on these major companies as they start to pivot to what's next, right? I
That's
think
real.
that's what we can start to see when
How
we
can they
start to
get
see.
butts in the seats?
Yeah, exactly. So when you start to see Wendy Williams to a CNN headline, is it a far stretch that they can get that big gorilla dude that be doing all of this dancing to be on? Like I don't know if we're a far leap from Wendy on CNN to that dude being on MSNBC.
Yeah, to the YouTubers running the news channels.
And so that's it was just a thought that I had that
No,
I think
that's real.
is worth bringing up as we transition to whatever the next form of news media is going to be.
That's a scary wormhole.
No doubt. Now you could go ahead and now we can go into the next thing that I wanted to talk about, or you wanted to talk about.
No, I mean, but now hold on, let's circle back to that. But it might change to something else, to like, the ADP reported news, and we might be sitting there. This is Jay Shakes.
That's what we're brewing. That's what we're doing this for.
We're working on.
We're cooking on. Like, please,
recording
CNN,
live
MSNBC,
from
Fox.
Jackson, Mississippi.
It's no disrespect, Fox. I don't necessarily
If
love
y'all
some
want
of the
us
stuff.
if y'all want us to come on and report the news, I got you.
Give me a little segment. ADP, this is what grinds our gears. Let's do it.
Oh, no. Yeah, that'd be fire.
That would be fire. So as Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon and some of those old, I would say old icons in media, because while I don't necessarily love Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon, I think you have to respect what they've been able to do in media. It's been a big deal. And so, as those icons age out, and these new media companies are looking for people, with a voice and who can articulate themselves and have an opinion that they're willing to stand on. Hey, the ADP is for you, baby.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a fact. So, moving on from CNN and Wendy Williams, and I want to say I hope the sister gets a job. She had a tough run at it over the last few years. Dealing with personal issues, and while I wasn't always a big fan. She's definitely entertaining.
She does her job well.
She definitely from she on Hot 97 or WBLS in New York.
I don't know, a bunch of radio stations.
Starting there and then having one of the biggest shows on the air and going through what she's going through, and I hope she shakes back, and that'd be a good look for real. So
no doubt, because however you feel about her, I definitely think she's for the culture. That sister is for our community, I think, and wants good things for people that look like her, and I can't knock a person that's on that type of time.
Yeah, that's a fact. Shout out to her. Good luck. I hope you get that. But
speaking of people who do what they do
for the culture, for the culture, because he's for the culture. You got stuff.
You're not gonna he's for everybody's culture.
Nah, he's for the culture. The man started wearing fucking turbans on
my
shit.
brother, I am not
for the culture.
You want to read his quotes? We talking about our brother Nick.
I don't have his quotes right in front of me, but we talking about Nick Cannon.
I got him.
And how he's saying, go ahead. Some of the things Nick Cannon said.
Yeah, a couple tweets. I think it's important because I think it's not about bashing Nick, and it's not about talking about Wendy personally. Whoever we talk about in this podcast, it's truly about using these people as a vehicle for the larger conversation. Mm-hmm. So we love Wendy, we love Nick, but here is Nick's tweets over the last week or so. So the first one says, I'd rather be the side dude who knows everything than the main dude who is in the dark. Hashtag Toxic Luther King. Hashtag Toxic Tuesday. The second one is, damn right, I'm a narcissist. I love myself way more than any hater hate is the acid that only that can only do harm
Mark Twain.
to exactly that quote, right? Hate is the acid that can only do harm to the one who holds it. Mark Twain. Self-love, Toxic Tuesday, Toxic Luther King. So this is our brother Nick, who's talking about, his ideologies on relationships and how he feels about, where he wants, what position he would prefer to be in. What are your thoughts?
All right, so my first thought is, if you're Nick Cannon, you're never just a side dude because you're Nick Cannon.
Cat.
No,
that's a lie.
No. I'm not saying he's main boyfriend type. Oh, he's the main boyfriend.
No.
You're never just a side dude
because he's successful.
Because of who he is. Yes, you're never just a side dude to her. You're
erroneous.
Whatever. That's how I feel.
Okay, go ahead.
Secondly,
feel it, baby.
Why and when did being toxic become such a good thing?
I think he was being tongue-in-cheek, sarcasm. Facetious.
No, people. That's why he's saying this stuff. People enjoy being a toxic. I know I'm toxic. I do this, and this.
Is that what he said? Toxic?
What he said. I mean, it may be his truth, Mike, but I don't. All right, so that's not something I aspire to be.
So
I never aspired to
if
be
you have a choice,
dude.
if you're going to be cheated on, he's very clear. You rather be the side dude who knows everything or the main dude who's in the dark.
Yeah, but is he implying that he doesn't do relationships? He'd rather be the side dude?
He's implying that if a woman cheats, if your woman cheats on you,
I mean, that's anybody. That's not breaking news. If I had a choice to be the one cheated on or the one cheated with, come on.
No, you're missing it.
I gotta be.
One more time. All right, listen. I'd rather be a side dude who knows everything, right? So I'm the side dude. I understand the full landscape. Than the main dude who's in the dark.
I mean,
you want to be a side. You'd rather be the side dude then.
I'd rather be neither. If I be honest, I'd rather be in a committed relationship with nobody cheating.
Ooh. That's what they do at the poetry joint I be going to. They be doing that.
I'm just saying,
they be going crazy.
What is he saying this stuff for? Is he saying
saying it because he has 12 or 15 baby mamas and all of them, everybody, it's a menage a trois thing. Everybody's doing whatever. People telling them they love each other. So
even in that, because I don't judge for having that many kids. He has the means to take care of them, whatever. I'm not.
Wait, what? I don't agree with what you just said at all. But yeah, that's a podcast.
That he has the means to take care of them?
No, that you don't disagree with him having that many kids.
I said I don't judge him. I don't,
nobody can judge, but there's a very fine line, and I love that. I love Brother Cannon. He's made a way for himself. Does he have the means? Absolutely. But for one person to be responsible for rearing and raising 12 babies, 15 babies, I can't get with that.
I mean, that's cool. I just said I don't judge him. It's just.
I don't judge him either, but is it something that you would do? That's what
no, I can't afford to.
No, if you could.
I mean, no, I don't. Listen, I'm not a fan of kids like talking about it.
Yeah,
so, no. But I'm just saying.
Wouldn't. Okay, you wouldn't. Okay.
No, I said no.
I mean, you said faintly, brother.
No, I said no. I said no. Like, but as far as wanting to be, see, there you go. You be trying to pin me in corners, and I don't like that. Nobody puts sticks in the corner.
I just want you to stand.
Because I'm not. But that's not my. Listen, like my sister say, not my monkey, not my circus.
Okay.
Or not fine, my circus, not my monkey. However you say it. So what I'm saying is. I do, but what I'm saying is that wasn't my point. I was driving home. So him having the children, what do you got, 11 or whatever? That's not what I'm here to talk about, because we all know about that. I'm talking about the fact that why is he just tweeting out stuff about being toxic and like what's going on to say I'd rather be the side dude who knows everything than the dude.
Now I don't want to guesstimate, but I think enough people responded to it that it's pertinent enough to talk about. Like, it's on all major platforms, all social media.
And that gives us something to talk about. But what is he talking about?
If I had to guess, because I don't know Brother Nick, I would love to meet you, brother. I think you're a very solid brother. But I think if I had to pick it, it's the age we live in. Everyone wants to cheat on everyone. Everyone's trying to have the leverage. Everyone's trying to have the one leg up, right?
Yeah,
That's the society we're living in
and
right
that's true. So what's your feeling about cheating in being in a relationship, and
now. Oh,
how do you feel about that?
I don't. Repeat the question.
Do you have the mindset of I'm gonna get her before she gets me, or what's your vibes on that?
No, I think I want us to be honest. So if you're gonna get me, just tell me you're gonna get me, and let me make my own choice. And I think that's been women's point for a very long time. Is that that's fine. I'm not mad at you dealing with other people or necessarily, or maybe I am. But let me make my own decisions. I feel like Nick, from what I know, I don't know that brother, but with all 73 of his baby moms, they know who Nick is. He's not hiding that. It's damn near impossible now.
That's a fact.
And so I think when we start to look at this, he's saying, right, the first line is, I'd rather be the side dude who knows everything. The key to the tweet and his comments to me is, yo, let's just be honest with each other. Man, woman, whatever. Let's just chop it up and be real. You want to have sex with other people. I want to have sex with other people. Whatever it is, let's just put it on the table and not be in the dark about that.
So, do you believe in open relationships? Are you opposed to that? Are you for that? Would you do that? Is that the life you're trying to live?
I'm not opposed to anything these days.
Huh?
I'm not opposed to anything these days.
And you trying to be polyamorous as well? Like, what's your vibes?
I know polygamy is not,
I didn't say
necessarily.
polygamy. I said polyamorous.
I mean, go ahead and define it for me, brother. Please.
What's a polyamorous relationship?
Yeah, go ahead and please define it for me, because I don't know that one. I don't.
Jack and Jill are married.
Okay.
Within their marriage, they're allowed to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. So if Jack want to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, he can. Or they can be a throuple and have a boyfriend and girlfriend together. And then it just means it means many loves.
Okay, so polygamy is a little bit different.
Yeah.
I think, and again, I'm not educated.
Because Jill could have a boyfriend or girlfriend too.
I'm not educated on these lifestyles. What I will say,
I watched the show on it. I want to say it was like Showtime or Cinemax, something like that.
Shout out to WeTV or whatever you be watching. I'm not saying that I'm gonna judge people's relationships or tell you that you shouldn't be in a certain type of relationship. Because I think in 2023 we are starting to learn about ourselves as a humanity.
There's no more lines.
There's no more lines. This is hard out here, and if you can find love with a throuple or whatever you just said, find love with the throuple. And if y'all not hurting nobody and everybody's consensually involved, hey man,
go for it. Exactly. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. And I know we got a little bit off of what we was actually talking about, but yeah, because I was like, because that might be what works for you and your significant other. So now nobody's getting cheated on.
I don't know if Nick wants, and I don't know if a person like that, because I think I want to use Nick as a vehicle. Nick's not the only one. He has much more means than some of the other brothers and sisters out here doing this. But there are plenty of other brothers and sisters out here living a life of, I got 6, 7 baby fathers. I got 7, 8 kids. Like, Nick is just the poster child for it. But that's not a singular event, right? Nick is just the one that we know.
Yeah, that's
and talk about.
And why is that the new norm? Is what my issue becomes.
It's becoming. I don't know if it's an issue.
I said what my issue is. I didn't say it's a issue or my. And then when I might mean issue, like, because once again, I don't judge you for it, but my mental block, my trouble understanding it. So that's more so my question.
If the people that are doing that can take care of them, do you have a problem?
I don't want to say. So I'm not saying I have an issue with what they're doing, because, like I said, the brother got the means to take care of those kids. I'm not mad.
That's what I'm saying.
And from all accounts, he's an amazing dad. But what I'm saying is, why is that your goal? Like,
that's my push. That's my pushback right there. The amazing dad or amazing mom. I have a child. You have some children who you are rearing and helping to rear. Mm-hmm. It is hard enough to do it with one. And I'll speak for myself. It is very challenging.
I was gonna say that's for you though. Like, it might not be for.
It's not. I'm not talking about mentally. I'm talking about the time it requires to raise one child. I'm not even talking about who I am as a person.
The time, the emotional energy it takes.
It's not possible to deliver that on a substantial state to 8, 9, 10, 11. To me, I don't know. Maybe I would love, hey, Nick, come join us on the ADP. I would love to hear how it's possible. for you to contribute to 8 or 9, 10, 11 lives equally. And raise those children
be wealthy.
in all those different places. Bro, you get wealthy doesn't clone you.
That's it. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know.
Okay, so if you're telling me that Nick Cannon has cloned himself to at least 3 times, and
what I'm telling you is, what I'm saying is, there's nothing for him to have all of them at the same place, or private jets every day.
No.
Is it fair? No, is it fair to them? I don't think so.
He said the women. He was saying like, yeah, the women. No, he was like, no, I wouldn't have my whole family in one place because that just wouldn't be. Right? It would be weird for my mothers, the mothers of my children. It would be weird for them. And he's right. It would be weird, bro.
I think it would be weird for everybody, but it's not like they don't know.
Yeah, but
like it won't be a shocker. Newsflash, buddy.
Listen, being black and then getting pulled over while black is 2 different things, right? Because knowing that if you get pulled over, you can get your ass killed, and then getting pulled over and getting your ass killed is 2 different things.
We got pulled over on the way to Atlanta. We had a game in Atlanta. We got pulled over.
Well, there you go.
I made that alive, guys. So
congratulations.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get the obsession and the fascination with being a toxic person.
It's not an obsession.
When you make it a hashtag toxic Luther King or whatever he called himself.
That's what he called himself, which is semi-clever. I could have came up with something a little bit better, but
I don't. Once again, I'm not knocking him for it. I just don't get even on our level, like people that live like us, they enjoy. Oh yeah, I'm toxic. One of the best reels that's going around was Kevin Gates saying, "I'm a little toxic, but bitch, you're gonna love it over here." Like I don't get the obsession with. I mean, and it's real, but I just don't get like, oh yeah, I'm toxic. That's not how I want to be. I don't want to be known as toxic. I mean, there's some things I am.
You're just such a holier.
It's not even that. It's just I don't want to contribute to like somebody's fucking mental breakdown or some shit like that. Or
gonna put it to you
breakdown. I don't want to be the one that does that.
Let me flip it for you then. I think people who have always been toxic. We all are human beings. We all have flaws. I don't think people are literally saying, I'm going to hurt you by saying they're toxic.
No, that's exactly what they're saying. They're staring into that shit. That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
You think that?
Yeah. I may be a little toxic, but you're going to love it over here. If I know what I'm doing is a toxic thing, why wouldn't I try to stop that?
I think it's more tongue-in-cheek. I don't think...
No, it's not no tongue-in-cheek and tongue-in-ass. It's none of that.
when Nick with 12 kids, it might be tongue and ass, but that's not. No,
clearly it's not, because that's not how kids are made.
I'm not here to judge Nick, but I'm
not. It's not about. I promise. It's,
all right. So what are you? What is the problem?
The problem
is mad because you're mad because he's saying it.
No, like I said, he's just a vehicle.
Because
it's the new cool thing. It's the new cool thing. Like everybody wants to. Yeah, I'm toxic. No, you're not. You're just an asshole. That's not you being toxic. You're a dickhead, and that's not fun. That's not cute to me.
I agree with that.
Why do people like? I have a certain level of assholism.
You do,
but
I wasn't gonna say
there is no type of malicious intent to some of the things I do and say.
I mean, but toxic is toxic, right? You can't have.
It's not toxic if I'm not hurting anyone.
I mean, but you are. When you say certain things to me, I be in my feelings.
No, you don't. That's the thing. I also know the level and limit to it. I know I can't say certain things to you because that's just offensive.
Getting 12 women pregnant with 12 different kids is too far. That's a step too far for you. That toxicity is too much.
That might not. But what I'm saying is that might not be toxic because, like you said, like he takes care of them to the best of his ability.
It's impossible.
Well, either way, let's whatever semantics. I'm just saying he does. Like, there's no one saying, "Yo, he's a bad dad." He's he's not financially there for him.
100%. Okay, I agree with that.
Right, but so that's not toxic. Some people want to spread their seed.
No, it is
whatever.
Toxic. No, it is toxic.
It's toxic if no one knew he was doing it. Like, yo, yeah, nah, me and you together, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, nah. By the way, I got 3 other women pregnant.
Boy, toxicity. Jeffrey Dahmer was a serial murderer, and the cops of the area, I believe Milwaukee, they knew about it. They was returning people. The man literally had to have asses and arms and elbows in his freezer to get caught. That's toxic. This man in the community was like, "Oh, this is a bad dude, man. Like, it is what it is." So I think toxic behavior, when you start to say like the toxic people need to start protecting the people that they're being toxic to, that
I'm not saying they need to. I'm not saying they need to protect it, but when did it become a thing to be boastful about?
Again, I think it's tongue in cheek. You think he's being real serious. I don't know how serious he's being. I don't think he's being serious when he says those things. I think it's a hashtag, which is what it is. A hashtag trying to get more people to view it. I don't know if it's like, I can't wait to break. I'm about to meet this woman at the club tonight. I'm about to break her motherfucking heart. I don't know if that's the type of time he's on. Are there people who maybe are on that type of time? To your point, maybe there are. Be careful out here. And I'm not gonna say just men, because I know we're talking about Nick, and it's coming from a male perspective. But there are women who have now adopted this same energy too. So let's not. All right, let's not. Yeah, but yeah, I feel your point. I get it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, go off. What else we was talking about? Or what we really wanted to get into as our main topic, but we kind of ran way far left, whatever.
Nick is always a deep topic. Shout out to my brother.
Yeah, man. Nick is definitely a deep topic. But we wanted to talk about something you sent me, and it was a young lady, on bended knee proposing to a man.
Double bended knee.
I mean, she just did it wrong, but either way, the same sentiment.
And
on bended knee.
It was weird because we happened to talk about this. Like, I don't know where we was. We was talking about this on some sort of something.
We was on a headset. I think we was on a game headset, and he was like, "Ain't no way I'm gonna let a woman propose to me."
You gotta drag it all.
I mean, that's
just drag it all.
What you said.
I mean, I didn't. Did I say it like that? It was bated breath. It was very forceful, hostility like that.
It was hostile. It was definitely kind of hostile. I'm just saying, as a man, I'm not gonna let a woman get on the knee and propose to me.
I feel like what I was saying was not hostile at all. I feel like what I was saying was definitive, and I think I really need you to learn the difference between being definitive and being hostile.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you were sure of what you were saying.
I was.
But you wasn't being aggressive as you were saying. Is what you trying to tell me? I call bullshit. Sheen, Mark, they was on the mic and they was like, "Damn, bro, like, why you? What's your house?"
No, because the question came up, and then cats, when it's, or to be clear, and let me explain. To be clear, we all on the mic and we talk. It's usually 5 or 6 of our friends, and so when something is said, if the group is not on your side, you really need to get out in front because they'll squash you. Right? Because
no, that's not true. We're very, we discuss things. We're very diplomatic in our conversation.
We're not at all. We're bullies? No, we're not. I will tell you, we're going to have a podcast about this eventually. Our group chat.
Get them all on. Have a little round table with the fellas.
We absolutely will. But our group chat is going to make you a stronger man. I promise you. You're not going to be at our group chat.
We're going to tar feather your ass.
Yeah, it's not going to be light. And I've grown to love that about my friend group. And it's even worse when we're like talking. And so if you are the person who comes on and your opinion is against the group or the majority of the group, you better get out in front and speak your piece like a man. Again, we could talk about that.
So question is, because I got to go get my rice and my food off the stove.
Chop it up. Go ahead.
The question becomes, if she drops down on her knee, do you say yes or no?
To me, that's unacceptable.
Then the question becomes, do you break up with her after that?
I probably do.
And now you got to start a whole new relationship over.
It ain't about starting a new relationship. My question to y'all, which I feel like I might have been a little tipsy that night when we had this conversation, it was a little late, but the question I want to pose to you is, if it's such a negative that I don't accept that, why would you accept that?
Huh? What do you mean?
You say,
I'm cool with it. I make the joke all the time with my lady, like, well, we gonna get married when you propose. And I'm gonna hit my fellas up. I'm gonna hit my fellas up on the FaceTime on the group me and be like, "Damn, yo, she proposed."
You gonna put your hands up here?
I'm not gonna do all that. I'm like, "Yo, shorty, that's crazy. Hell yeah, I'll be your husband."
That's what's up.
Like, and that's
Listen,
the vibe. Like, you know,
I'm not.
am I legitly looking for her to drop on her knee and propose? No. But I already told some people when I propose, I'm not gonna get on the knee.
Cool with that though. You're cool with a woman proposing to you.
I mean, I don't take an issue with it. It's a new world we living in.
Okay, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, family. You're a real one. You always been a real one. Shout out to
Did you
you.
read the comment?
Not having a relation. No, it might. Hell no.
No, she already she made it.
Go ahead.
I mean, she made it clear that she's not looking to do that. I'm just saying I'm not opposed to that.
Nah, sis. He said he did.
Everybody say hey to my bae.
Get him a ring with significant character.
But now, see, it can't be no BS ring either.
Okay, yeah, because you want to shine like a diamond. You're a bad bitch. Yeah, you're a bad bitch. So go ahead and get your shit off.
Tough.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, cool. I will tell you, and I want you to tell me why you feel like it's cool, because you're kind of beating around the bush. I'll tell you why it's not cool for me. Because the dynamic between man and woman is not broken when it's done right. If you have a man and you have a woman, there are roles that they play in a relationship, and to me, that's not a problem. Are those roles going to evolve over time, and have they? Of course. Let's not be, idiotical about this. But in the same vein, if your woman is proposing to you and then it turns into a negative dynamic in our relationship because she stepped out of maybe what is a feminine energy or a woman's energy and stepped into a masculine energy, and then you have to take whatever comes with that then, don't you?
She's seen what she wanted and secured it.
Cool.
But because it's the same token as, like I said, like that's how some relationships start. That's how me and my lady met. She seen me walk through the club looking like a unicorn because I was on duty. So I was looking like a unicorn, and she said, "Damn, I want him."
That ain't the same thing.
And then
that ain't the same
she
thing.
did like the Gross Sisters from Proud Family and said, "Hand it here."
Gang, that ain't the same thing.
Why is it not the same?
Because the sanctity of marriage has to be important to people. To me, that was always the thing. And maybe I'm old school, a little old fashioned in this regard. So shout out to the new progressive folks. But Harvey, if Mildred ever got on down on her knee, do you think Harvey would have accepted a ring from her?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, cool.
So you're a firm believer of gender roles and they stay.
I'm not a firm believer in anything because I am a disruptive and progressive thinker. And so
that's not very progressively thinking.
Of course it is. But there is certain tradition. So let me tell you this. Cool. Let me take it here. Men have built roads and buildings. Not to say that there aren't very strong sisters and women who have taken on those roles. I know
plenty of women that's construction workers.
That is fine. But you would say it's a profession predominated by men, right? You would say that. That's not sexist. That's not crazy. Would you say that construction work is a profession that is dominated by men? Right? Okay, cool. So once we can agree on that, I think there are roles. It's the same thing like Dave Chappelle made a joke. He said, you know why women can't be in the WNBA? Or why women can't be in the NBA? Because then LeBron James can put on a wig and he will score 100 points every fucking night. I think we've gotten to a point where we are so defiant in what gender we were or what gender we were given or however you'd like to phrase it, that we rebel against it to the point where it could be detrimental. I'm not looking to fight outside of what I am so far that it's like going to hinder our society or us as human beings. And I don't think it's a problem for a man to be a man and a woman to be a woman. Not that anybody else can't come and do
gals was gals.
You see what I did there? People won't get that. People won't get that. What is he talking about, Ed? He's talking about fucking karaoke.
He's talking about freedom.
But that's not the point. I think in that very derogatory film, which is very crass, I can use that to get my point across and say it's not a problem for a woman to be a woman. It's not a problem for a man to be a man. That's not a problem.
So it makes her less of a woman or him less of a man if she proposes?
I never said
Can he still be the breadwinner in the home? Can he still take care of the home? Can he still be the head of the household?
I would say I'm willing to for the ADP family, show me the wealthy millionaire man that was proposed to by his woman.
DJ.
That's the one you want to go with? You sure?
Stevie J.
That's the one you want to go with.
Jocelyn, life partner game.
No?
I mean, you know, he's
Okay.
an alpha. He moves differently.
You just proved my point.
He moves differently.
What are you
I
talking
mean,
about?
I see, you know, I don't know.
No, you didn't. Stop it. Shut up.
I'm just saying, like, you
No,
know,
you didn't.
I'm not opposed to. Am I looking for someone to propose to me? I'm not looking for my lady to propose
You
to me.
can't double talk it.
She
Stand on
clearly.
it. Don't double
Can
talk
I
it. Stand
finish
on it.
talking?
No, because I don't want you to be like, well, no,
Skip. Can I finish
it's
talking? Skip.
okay.
Can
It's
I finish talking?
okay
Skip.
if they
Skip.
do.
Nah, what I'm saying is, I am
Skip.
not. I. I'm not opposed to a woman proposing to a man. Am I looking for it to happen? No. As you see, my lady on here, she said that's dead.
No.
He
Say
can
it
go get.
for you.
Listen,
Stop giving me what you say
let
it for
me.
you.
I'm not opposed. If she was to get on, you know, I
No.
would, you know, if she was to
Say
get on the
it. No,
knee.
you said it'd be cool for you. Say
Yeah,
it.
I'm straight with it.
Okay.
Long,
Okay.
I wear a size
Let's go.
17 ring.
All right.
You
That's
know,
good.
she's in the bag.
Gotcha.
She's securing the bag. She's securing the bag. Like, yo, nah, he not going nowhere.
Beautiful.
You know, he may be a little shaky on the proposal. He may be taking too long.
Beautiful.
That don't mean I don't want to marry her. You know, whatever factors in my head is in my head.
Okay.
And she's like, yo, listen, meet me at the altar in your black tux. You know, she might.
All right, yo. This is yo, just as enlightening as it was the other night. It is just as
What I'm
enlightening
saying is,
tonight and again.
I have no issue with it. I'm not looking forward to happen. I'm not
Don't
praying it happen. No,
backpedal now. You gonna
I'm
go
not
through that?
backpedaling.
I know.
I'm not backpedaling. There's nothing to argue. What I'm saying is, like I said, she was on here. She's on the comments. She like, yo, nah, it's dead.
Okay, cool.
You know.
And so
change,
my question would be then, if she was to say that you want, so you're saying there are no gender roles for you, because now I'm curious, just because there are no gender roles, nobody gender wise, there's no need for a woman to interact with the children a certain way and a man to interact with children a certain way.
You say that, sis.
There's no more.
You say that, sis. You said there's no gender roles. Nah,
I mean, talking that talk. I like that. That talk. That's right. Get in there and clean that kitchen.
You talking to her or me?
I'm talking
that's
to
a gender
you.
role thing.
I'm talking to you.
See, that's a gender role thing now.
No, there are no more roles.
I mean, there's roles. I don't think the proposal is a role thing. Like, so what's the difference between them coming to agreement together? Like, yo, yeah, let's get married.
No, Cat, because I'm saying you're looking at it from the man's perspective. I'm looking at it that is my queen.
So, all right, so we're going to use this as an example.
Go ahead.
We're going to use this as an example. And like she just said, I'm not proposing and he's still not going nowhere. So in her mind, I'm here, right?
Yeah.
And that's the reality of it. I'm here. So what's the difference between her saying that on here and then locking it down like, nah, I'm proposing, let's get married?
It's a very, very big difference. You want me to tell you?
Or in general, like, let's say there's no ring involved. Let's say she just decides, we wake up tomorrow and she's like, hey, let's get married. That's not a proposal.
I'm not saying that. I think no proposal these days is random. That's not a thing. I think many couples are having conversations before you are at the Brooklyn Bridge and homeboys on a knee. Nothing is really. Exactly.
Let me get on the knee. First of all, my knees are too bad. So if I get on the knee and propose and you say no,
it's a problem. Okay.
The power drop that's coming behind that.
Nothing is random. I'm not asking things to be random, but I am asking that I want to treat my woman like a woman. And I don't find that's not a gender.
There's nothing wrong with that for real.
That is my queen. I want to get on a knee in front of her and tell the world and let her know, like, yo, I'm your man and this is where I want you to be. When that time
does she need to know it before your homeboys know it?
That is an interesting question. Okay, you done pivoted on me. Say it one more time.
Does she need to know that you're proposing before your homeboys know that you're proposing?
She would know instinctively, but who I would probably chop it up with first, it would probably be you, right? You're my guy, right?
I remember a long time ago you told me.
Go ahead.
You told me. Listen. No, it's not a crazy story. Not a crazy story.
All right.
Oh, me and her had been together. We hadn't been together long at the time, and he was like, yo, you need to let me know before you do something crazy.
I did say that. That sounds like me.
Before you make any rash decision.
That sounds like me. I probably said it a few different ways too to make sure you understand.
Yeah. I mean, I got you, bro.
Because I love you. Yeah, that's all that is. But again, I definitely want to be clear on here. No one is subjecting or maligning any group or gender of people. But it's not a problem to have a preference, and it's not a problem to have.
Fix your words, bro.
Fix my. words.
Spit your words, bro.
Oh yeah, it's not a problem to want a preference, and for traditional relationships, not saying better relationships, but the ones that I think we first came into in society that were mainstream. Which I'm not saying that that's. I'm glad that now people are living out loud and living their truth. But for traditional relationships, in my eyes, there's a certain level of respect I want to show my woman, and there's a certain level of dedication and submission I'd like to show her when I'm able to drop down on her knee and make her Miss Branch.
So you'll submit to a woman?
Come on, and in that moment, I think that is submissive, right? To be on your
Yeah,
knee and talk to
absolutely.
someone. That's a very vulnerable.
Biblically,
That's a very vulnerable experience.
biblically, men are naturally submissive. I was just asking.
We'll get into it another day. Wrap this up.
Yeah, how you want to wrap this thing up, bro? How you want to wrap this thing up?
Another day. That's crazy. I'll go first.
Yeah, I always
I
go
would.
first.
That's why I said I would go first. Could you let me just go? I would say to wrap.
Skip, can I talk? Skip.
No, you got it. It's skip. I
Go
would
ahead,
say,
bro.
shout out to Uncle Shay Shay. That's my guy, man. Love that guy, man.
Facts.
I would say to wrap this up, be you. Right? We talked about a lot of topics that I think are sort of controversial, and people are afraid to be themselves and want what they want and speak how they want to speak. One of my idols, like the backdrop on my phone. I know a lot of people have like backdrop of their kids and family, but backdrop on my phone is Muhammad Ali. And for those of you who don't know, that's like an indirect idol of mine. And really, it was because he wasn't afraid in a time where people told him he should have been. When his life was on the line, when his career was on the line, when he had things that were able to lose, he stood on his square and believed in what he believed in, and knew it was right. And so, to the ADP family, I would say, stand on what you stand on and believe in what you believe. You're not hurting nobody. It's not a problem for you to have a preference, right? We're not talking about, hurting anyone or harming people for what they believe in or the lifestyle that they choose, but be bold enough to stand on your claims and be smart enough to research your things and be able to articulate your claims. And I'll wrap there.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap it on this, and it just came to me because really I was gonna pretty much say what you said, but this just came to me. Let's get back to a time where it's okay to be a good person. Let's get back to a time where being a gentleman, there's nothing wrong with that. With being a lady, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what we're doing, or I'm not judging, but let's get back to where it's okay to be a good person overall. Like, you don't have to be toxic to be liked. I think I'm a pretty nice person and I'm pretty well liked throughout most places. So chill out, bro.
Yeah, you are. You're
And I have a nice respect for genuinely nice people. So
no word.
let's get back to be. It's okay to be a nice guy or a nice lady, or it's perfectly fine, and that's really how I want to wrap it up on. It's okay to be nice.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Love and respect to my brother as always. And on that note, this podcast is
All done.
done. See you next week,
Peace,
family.
love. Oh shit! It'd help if I hit the button right.